Hi, I'm Warren Whitlock of bestsellerauthors.com, and I'm here talking to my good friend Kate Buck Jr. Hello, Kate.
Hola.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about what's been happening here. We're at the Blog World Show, and today our friend Scott Stratton on marketing was talking, and people want to know, what would be the return on investment of listening to Scott Stratton?
What is the return? That's funny. What's the return on investment of listening to Scott Stratton? Scott's talk this morning was pretty cool in that he was pretty colorful, and that's really Scott and his brand. And he really talked a lot about like we're always talking on Twitter about how are we going to make money and how many followers do you have and how many of what it's just measure, monitor, ROI, blah blah blah. And he really stated very, and I'll just keep saying colorfully, that's really not what's important. What we're really doing is just having conversations. So that's it. It's a conversation. And all the products and all the stuff that you can buy to learn how to have a conversation is getting a little bit ridiculous, a little bit out of control. We're all taking this whole thing just a little bit too seriously. So it was.
So, yeah, now the idea of a company deciding they're going to listen and find out what people are talking about and what the sentiment is and try to pick out when somebody complains about something and fix it. This all sounds like a good thing to do.
Sure.
But, it's one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of them don't have anything about keeping track of the customer and engaging them and checking back with them to see if they're still happy in 3 months or getting to know them like they're any kind of a friend. And the interesting thing is at lunch after the keynote, I'm talking to somebody who is an internet marketer type and loves his long form sales page. And I said one thing I'd say all the time is if you got this page and it's converting at 2% and you change the color of the headline and make it a different picture, a guarantee, and change the offer around, and you get it up to an 8% conversion, 92% of the people aren't buying. But should we just not care about ROI?
That's a really great question. I mean, ultimately I work for businesses, and so my behind is on the line to produce some result there. But I think what happens in big business, much like you said, they get on, they decide they're going to start listening, they spend a little money to pay somebody to do that or to go hire an expert to come in and figure it all out, and then all of a sudden they go, oh, wait a minute, now we have to start making money with this, which wasn't the point in the first place. The point in the first place was to listen, get in touch with the pulse of the consumer, engage with the consumer, and then all of a sudden now it becomes about ROI. So is it important? I think yes. But if we're focusing on that as an objective with social media, you're missing the point altogether.
Right. Well, yeah. It's like if you start saying, how can we capitalize on this investment? It's the same kind of thing where you send your call center overseas, you limit the number of minutes on a phone, a sales rep can talk to a customer. You start doing things that make sense on paper, but don't take care of human beings. The other thing they beat me up about today was, I say listen and love. And they said, oh, love, that just sounds like hippie talk. And then, no, I'm talking about love and like what your kindergarten teacher told you to do, treat people nice, do the best you can by them. If you just listen and you don't care, it's not going to do any good.
Well, I mean, love in the sense of, as a business owner, you ought to love your customers.
Yeah.
And why? Because they pay your bills. Ding, 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 ding. Hello. Yeah. So if you don't love your customers as a brand or as a business, they are not going to in turn love you back with their wallet. I mean, that's just kind of...
Well, and then just good old classic conversion, ROI, maximum life of the customer calculations that will tell you that it's going to cost 6 times as much to get a new customer as to keep an old customer. How do you keep an old customer? When he talks about your company, you say thank you. If he has a problem, you say, oh, we'll fix that.
Imagine if you just actually reached out in a couple of months or something and just said, hey, how are you doing? How's that working out for you? Right. Still loving it as much as you did? Anything we can do to help you? Oh, there's a new cool feature we just rolled out that you personally might want to know about. You just randomly dropped some love on them. Check in, see how they're doing. Or actually talk about something else that they're tweeting, like, oh, that was a great movie also, or I'm so glad that happened to you, or whatever it is.
Well,
I mean, there's other ways to take care of your customers.
The interesting thing is you're talking about anything except for do you want to buy some more of my product? Then you're showing you care about the person.
Right.
And it really doesn't matter what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. And, we all get hung up on the who cares about your tuna sandwich. But in my opinion, I say the relationship gets the click. I say that all the time. If you want me to click your junk, which is your links that you're throwing out on Twitter, I need to have a relationship with you first. And so if you're just talking about anything other, like you said, anything other than click my junk, I'm actually more likely to click your junk.
Yeah. So that's,
and you can quote me on that. No, I'm just kidding.
To click your junk. Okay. Yes, that's the most eloquent way you could think of putting it, I'm sure. Well, yeah, going back to what people were trying to do before social media, customer satisfaction surveys, where let's say you go to buy a car, and every dealership has instituted this thing where you get a survey after so many days, or a call from a customer service center asking about it.
I got one of those today from my car dealership from yesterday.
Well, then after a while, it just became like you come in and say, well, we're selling to try to do this. Now, you'll be getting a survey in the mail. Please make sure that you fill it out and rank us high. And they forget the whole idea is like, if you have any problem, call me back. Don't worry about the survey. We'll be here to take care of you.
Interestingly enough, the call this morning, I didn't recognize the phone number. It went to voicemail. She left me a voicemail, and guaranteed I won't be calling her back to let her know. So it's almost like, hey, we're doing this for you just because we want you to think that we care. But we don't care that you do get back to us. Because now if she tweeted me, emailed me, Facebooked me, and actually asked me to respond to that, I might do it. But normally it's go to this link. If they do that, it's go to the link and fill out the survey. And I just don't have time for that.
Right. I mean, if my friend said, it's my job to make sure I get these surveys filled out, will you fill it out for me? I might do that. And it doesn't take very much to call it a friend. If it's somebody who said, oh, yeah, that's the person who said that's her job, I like her, I think I'll do that, maybe that could help on that level. But
sure.
The whole idea of needing a survey and a you'll do it my way to give feedback is not needed anymore. We now have the ability to listen to people that are already trying to have a conversation with us.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, she could literally just go follow me on Twitter and find out what I really think about the service in the dealership yesterday.
Yeah, I think you've pretty well stated that online. Okay, great. Well, remember to listen and love. And if you want to know more about following fabulous Kate Buck Jr., she's on Twitter, Kate Buck Jr. And what website do you want to pimp?
KBJ Online, so KBJ as in Kate Buck Jr. Online.com. That's our business website, and that's the one I'd like to pimp. And you should come there and rate me really high.
Yeah. Okay. And then of course, anything she's selling, buy it because you like her. And it's as simple as that. I'm Warren Whitlock for BestsellerAuthors.com.